We'll start out. I got Jaxon, Janke, South Dakota State.
Yes, sir.
First of all, hell of a year. Mm-hmm. Growing up, you're from South Dakota.
Yes, sir.
Was it always South Dakota State's the move growing up?
It didn't become South Dakota State really until my junior year.
Okay.
My first sport was always basketball. I loved basketball.
Nice.
I held out as long as I could because I was just waiting for that basketball scholarship.
Wow.
I wanted to go D1. I'm 6'3" on a good day, so that didn't work out too much. But I got that official football scholarship. SCSU was always a school that I could picture myself playing at, but
right.
That was obviously after I decided I wanted to play football for sure. And it's been just a dream come true, ever since. We accomplished a lot at South Dakota State University, had unbelievable seasons that 20 years ago probably didn't even seem like they would have been possible. But, the alum, they laid all the groundwork for us. We took that with us, we ran with it, and we were able to bring South Dakota State its first national championship last year, and then we did it back-to-back this year. So
the repeat, man, that's crazy that you got to repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? And so when I was playing at Fresno State, I don't know if you were on the team. I finished in 2019, but we played in Minnesota, and you guys, I don't know if it was you. Mm-hmm. Did you ever play Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay, so we watched film on you guys the week before.
Oh, I got you.
You should have won.
We should have won, yeah.
The whole game we're watching,
yeah.
I'm like, these should have won this game, bro.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool for me because it was my first start. It was my, first catch in a collegiate game was against the Gophers, which...
It's a good atmosphere.
It was an awesome atmosphere.
Yeah, the boat's badass.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool. But late fumble in that game kind of turned the tide for us. You win some, you lose some.
Hey,
it's just stuff to learn from at the end of the day.
You're a two-time natty champ.
Yeah.
It's okay. You'll walk away with it. I saw, doing my recon on this, you were featured in a Applebee's commercial.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
When you're a twin, it kind of helps with the publicity.
Fuck yeah.
You might have a bigger attraction, on your head, which was cool. And then our quarterback, Mark Gronowski, pretty popular guy around Brookings, South Dakota as well. And we love Applebee's. We went there pretty often. And it was a no-brainer when they wanted to do a commercial. Like, heck yeah, I'm not an actor, not a thespian per se.
Yeah.
But the commercial was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we got to do it, 2 years in a row. And we made some good content.
Hey, they were funny. Mm-hmm. I was laughing. Did you get free Applebee's for a while at least?
Yeah, we got some free Applebee's.
What's your go-to?
The salmon there is pretty good.
The salmon at Applebee's.
It is. It's decent.
No kidding.
Do that. They got some good cheese curds.
Yes.
They call them cheese bites.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with those most of the time. And it's just a good family atmosphere place.
Feeling good in the neighborhood.
To bring your teammates for a meal too. Why not?
God, I love that. That's awesome. You got to do that. Mm-hmm. You mentioned playing with your brother. You guys had the privilege of getting to play Division I football together. What was that like?
I mean, it was nothing different than we were always used to.
You were always used to it, right?
Yeah, but it was still something that we'll always remember. And it's just a huge blessing to be able to play one last game together this week.
That's cool.
We'll see down the road. We might be on the same team. Hard to say. But yeah, growing up with a twin, it's a different lifestyle for sure. It's interesting when 90% of the time no one knows if I'm Jaxon or Jaden.
Yeah. And
we get mixed up. Even our parents mix us up.
Wow.
Can you believe that after 24 years of life? I still don't have it down, but yeah, that's my guy for life. For sure.
You? And I know you're not nervous about it, but do you think it'll be weird once you're in this NFL locker room and maybe your brother's not there?
Do I think it'll be weird?
No, weird, but it's going to be different for sure.
It'll be different.
Yeah.
It'll be nice in a sense because
it's just you.
I mean, we've seen each other nearly every single day of our lives. The bickering has been endless.
Yeah.
Endless competition, which I credit as to how we became so successful.
Of course.
But
iron sharpens iron, yes.
Time away from each other is always a blessing as well because it's just like an old married couple sometimes. You got to get away for the relationship to to heal, because when you walk in the same path over and over again, the grass, it turns to dirt. But when you walk a new path, you let that dirt begins to heal, grass grows, and then you can revisit it.
Yeah.
And it's just that much better in the end.
Well said. Well, you should start a podcast. That's well said.
Maybe someday.
What about, people are going to ask you all these questions. The one that I would say is like, going into this, what are you going to do to separate yourself from your peers in this NFL draft?
I mean, the tape, it's there. We got a lot of years of tape being, 6-year guys with the COVID and all that stuff. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, it's your attitude, it's your effort, it's your willingness to do whatever it takes to win. And I think for, bigger body receivers, that's being a menace in the run game, getting to the second and third level, continuing the blocks until the whistle, and putting dudes in the dirt. A lot of guys, they're too soft, they don't want to do that. But,
hell yeah.
We were raised on the farm too.
Yes, sir.
So we, know a lot about what it takes to just get your hands dirty. And, we're definitely not shying away from that much. And I love just the in-crossing routes, the ones where you might get hit, you might not. But it's definitely cool when you make that catch. You take a big hit, but you get up and you can celebrate a first down or something.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff.
You think growing up on a farm definitely created the man you are today?
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I love talking to farm boys because it's like, you just know.
100%. I actually am the youngest of 7.
Okay.
So there wasn't a lot of cool stuff that I got to do on the farm, like run the machinery and all that. But the dirty work, the picking rocks, just a lot of heavy lifting that my dad and older brothers probably didn't want to do. They kind of stuck us to that.
Right.
And because we were the youngest, we didn't have as much information. And knowledge about what it takes to be a real farmer.
Right.
But I have a lot of love for the farm. 100%. Would never imagine my life any other way. I think growing up in a city doesn't allow you as much opportunity to find your true self. And the freedom of just being on a farm too is unmatched. And 100%, we used to pick sweet corn growing up. That was our job in the summer. And it's 6 a.m., pick the sweet corn by hand, filling 5-gallon pails, stacking it in the truck, and going and sitting in the hot sun all day selling sweet corn.
I very much understand, man. Growing up on an onion farm, we did the exact same. It's just long days, you're in the sun, and you're constantly, we used to work all day, and they'd go to high school football practice, and football practice would be so easy compared to working all day.
Exactly.
And other dudes, you'd be doing conditioning, and guys they're dead. I'm like, bro, you don't even know right now.
Exactly. We didn't grow up with, we didn't get a phone until we were 14 or 15. We didn't have Xbox. We didn't even have TV for a while.
I feel like we lived in the same house, man.
I
had a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Nextel walkie-talkies and shit.
We didn't need, outside sources feeding us imagination. It was go outside, be with nature, just live life with your family. And we have such a big family and we're so close that, that's all we wanted to do in the end.
Awesome.
That's how we also became natural athletes at a young age, because we were just outside. We were running around, climbing on hay bales, doing stuff that normal kids don't really ever do or dream of.
Well, shit, man. I appreciate you. Best of luck in your journey. Don't forget about bring the juice, swoop a hat, and best of luck, brother.
Thank you very much.